Welcome back to the CryptoLabs YouTube channel. You know, on Sundays, I like to just grab my phone and vlog it, rip it off the top, share some thoughts. That almost kind of rhymes. And here I am. I'll spend a few minutes here. I want to share, I'm about to get a workout in, so I'm all hyped up. I'm all stretched out. I'm all ready to go. So a little bit hyper. Hopefully you can handle it. Most people are never going to achieve financial freedom. I know that's harsh, but they won't. No matter how hard they work, they won't. No matter how much they learn and how much they know, they won't. I know that's harsh, but we have to face reality. The data is the data, the stats are the stats. You can look at most people. Now, do they have the same access to the information that most people have? Yes. And by the way, I'm talking to myself. I worked on the oil rigs for 6 years in my early 20s, hated my life, 14-hour days, worked harder than most people can fathom in conditions that most people could not handle. And I was so far from financially free. I was such a broken human being. My relationships were a mess. My health was a mess. I smoked packs of cigarettes, not per day, but per week. I wasn't like a 3-pack smoker, but I smoked a lot. Drank, did all those things, and became very bitter. I would have a few days off from the rigs. I'd be in the city and I'd be walking down and I see people like enjoying and laughing and having lunch at 2 in the afternoon in a restaurant on a Tuesday afternoon. I'm like, shouldn't these people be working? I'd see someone driving a nice car and I'd be bitter. Theft, thief, like rich people, whatever. I had the same level of access to the information those people had. And I obviously had a work ethic. I think work ethic is a prerequisite to making something happen, but it's not the only ingredient. And by the way, share anything in the comments. If something lands or you want to add to this conversation, you must have some nice little secrets and nuggets, wisdom, success, wisdom nuggets, because you've lived a life and you've learned things. And collectively, that's why I love community. Collectively, it's amazing what a community can do, way more than the individual can do. There's a power in community. But anyway, so do leave a comment. Let me know if you want to add or if anything lands. So if it's not working harder, and it's not the information, what is it? Why don't we do the things we know we need to do? A lot of people understand like financial freedom. It's actually not that difficult of an equation. Sure, we have options on what to invest in and we've got to learn some different things. But at the end of the day, it's like, it's not rocket science. Just why don't most people do it? Why do most people enjoy spending and wasting their money on stupid things on Amazon on a Friday night or a Wednesday night when they're emotionally disturbed and they're coping with it, so they're buying stuff or they're eating ice cream? Getting healthy is not difficult. Can we admit that? Getting in shape is not complex. So why don't we do it? Why do we do things that are bad for us? Or why do we not do the things that we know are good for us? It comes down to our paradigms and our beliefs, what we believe. When I really started understanding that, and I took a step back at 26 and I was like, okay, why am I here? Because this is not everyone else's fault. I've been saying that for 10 years. It's the government's fault, it's other people's fault, it's the mayor's fault, it's the president's fault, it's the bank's fault. And I was like, well, some people succeed despite that. Okay, well, they must have just had money. They must have just been rich parents. And so I started investigating that and I realized most self-made millionaires or most financially free individuals, they did it themselves. It's a high proportion of them started from nothing. Okay, well, I can't use that excuse anymore. So what is it? And it wasn't until I looked in the mirror and I literally just stared at myself, been like, Lucas, it's time to just get really honest. Personal development is not supposed to feel good. We have more books on personal development and personal growth than we've ever had. Yet there's more depression, more anxiety, more just sadness, more mental health issues than ever before. Because we're just chasing happiness and trying to feel good. And growth does not feel good in the moment. Just like I'm about to crush this workout in. It's going to suck. But I'm going to feel amazing after. And the yields really start paying off a few months from when you start with consistency, because you start building muscle, you start getting stronger, your metabolism goes up, you feel more confident, you just feel better, you have more energy. But it's painful at first. And I think so many of us just don't do what we know we need to know or do. We know what we know and we know what we need to do, but we don't do it. Because we don't believe it's possible. Always comes down to belief. At a fundamental level, it always comes down to belief. It's why I love community. It's why I've spent hundreds of thousands of dollars flying around the world, getting around other people who are way ahead of me, so I could, A, see it's possible, 2, shift and grow and fragment is the word that's coming up, but interrupt my pattern of thinking, interrupt what I think is possible. And the second I saw it, now I know it's possible. The second I meet someone and I just realize, whoa, they're doing what I want to do and they're actually not that many steps ahead of me, I'll just go do that. And our level of conviction on the action we take, that's why we built a community. To me, yeah, there's a lot to learn, there's a lot of stuff, there's a lot of projects, there's a lot of all that, but to me at the end of the day, it's like, whoa, they're doing it, I can do it. Oh, whoa, they did it, I can do it. Because most people around you, you're gonna be the same as the people you're around. What is that? Your 4 or 5 closest friends. You're gonna be the average of them all. And it's so true. And I know it's difficult to break out of that. I did. I found it very difficult. I had to let go of a lot of people, join many new communities that were thinking differently, and then I became it. When I became it, I believed it. And when I believed it, I actually took the inspired action to achieve it. And when I did that, I achieved it. It's not rocket science. It's not rocket science. That's my message. I hope something in here helped. I know this is common, like you probably know this, but sometimes we just need a little crack to be like, right, okay. It's not about learning more. A lot of people feel like they're moving ahead in life because they keep watching videos or keep learning more. Get in community that level you up, that holds you to a higher standard. It's why we built what we built, and the invitation is always open to you. It's always there. And those who understand that, their life changes. Those who don't, and they're just looking for more information, they're kind of like, well, cool, I got more information, but I don't know. I don't really feel ready to take action on it, or I don't know if I can do it, or your net worth is going to be a reflection of your self-worth. Full stop. Full stop. A lot of people hate hearing that, but I don't care about that. I don't care to build a 1 million person YouTube channel. I just want to share the truth. That's the truth. And it's not theory. I had to learn it the hard way. And when I learned it, my life changed. When I learned it and applied it, when I looked in the mirror and I said, Lucas, we got some work to do. Do you actually want it? Do you actually want what you say you want? And when the answer became yes, and I started making those shifts and getting around others who leveled me up and showed me what's possible and showed me a different reality, I stayed open to possibilities instead of being scam this, scam that, that can't be. Now I'm just like, oh, I'm curious. Oh, I'm curious. Oh, I'm curious. What can I learn here? So many people just stuck in their shit. And it pisses me off because I love seeing people win. And they're just one decision away from winning. This message comes from love, and I hope we hear that. Like this video, subscribe to this channel. What all the cool YouTubers say. If you enjoyed it, let me know. And if something lands, or if you want to share some thoughts, do leave it in the comments below. With that said, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to crush my workout. And with that said, I'll see you tomorrow for the $100 giveaway. Peace.